where I'll be explaining the example of circle transformations. And woo, yeah, that's not so complicated. You see that the script is really short and concise, and I treat it as a hello world of bit by bit. It represents this idea that, okay, you have something really short, but it's much more interesting than just having hello world output somewhere in the console. So it teaches you the algorithms in a bit more interesting way, I hope. And also because it's visual, it shapes your mental picture of the algorithm in a bit nicer way, I think, in a more effective way. So let's begin looking at this code. It's gonna be short and concise. Also, the video is not gonna be too long. So what we do is we first set the scene color. That doesn't matter too much. Here we create the list of circles that we'll be making, and then we use that list also to draw it. But in this iteration loop, we insert many circles into this list. So we insert at last element the circle that was created and transformed through a few transformations. And you see that iteration runs from 0 to 20 with a step of 0.2. So it sort of begins with 0, then it goes to 0.2, to 0.4, 0.6, and so forth. And that 0.2 or 0.4, this is the y that gets to be used in the variables. And that's what makes this growth effect, because whenever the y changes, the different kind of circle will be created in this iteration loop. So you can see that there are quite a few variables here. We can play around with them. You can play around with them, like what happens if you create a smaller circle. I think it's quite obvious what happens. But some things may not be as obvious. So for example, if we create radius of 2 and we increase this iteration to 30, we get, of course, okay, more circles. So that's what I mean with this mental picture of the algorithm. It's so intuitive because it relates to the numbers, the visual effects that are in 3D. They relate with the mental picture of the algorithm quite nicely. We can try also to just so this is like this scale component is used for the scaling transformation, and the center point of the scaling can be changed to be something else, like be more complex, dependent on the step itself as well. So not only on the y vector, but also on the x vector. And we can see what kind of effect that would give. You see, it became a bit more crazy, this nutshell. So, but still nice, maybe even more interesting than the original example. So that's what I like about those algorithms. They are so visual and interesting that any kind of small change can surprise you as the author of the algorithm. But so just to come back a little to this example, it's basically just beginning to transform the circle with the scale, and then this transform circle goes into another transformation that rotates it around the axis. I hope you like this video. I hope you also will subscribe to our YouTube channel if you didn't already. Please follow us also on social media that you can find in the comments of the video, and see you in the later videos. Bye guys, thanks.